is going to be focusing primarily on Momokun, who has essentially been pushed to the far corners of the internet. She backed herself into such a small corner. Okay? She no longer is on Twitter. I don't think she's on Facebook anymore. She's still scooting around on the internet. However, she is on a cam girl website. It's essentially a porn website, and she's doing she's doing live streams of herself making cosplays on a porn website. How does that make any sense? Okay, so you're on a website where the dudes come there to do their thing, and you're just making cosplays. Like you're is that all you're doing? Is that really all you're doing? And not only that, it's sad too, because you literally were one of those cosplayers that everyone looked at. You made your shit, you did your shit, and people legitimately liked you. Now, of course, now that you are defunct and you're kind of in the far corners of the internet, in the part of the internet that most defunct employees of IGN go to because they have no choice. Hint, hint, hint. Philip Mewson. I'm wondering when he'll show up on the fucking porn website. He may have no choice but to get into porn because he fucked up so bad. No one will hire him anymore. He essentially committed theft, and he stole not just Boomstick Gaming's script from his Dead Cells review, but he also plagiarized other reviews as well. Like, hell, even reviews from the very outlet he worked at, IGN. So it was really fucked up, and he may be sued into oblivion. Okay, he'll probably be sued into oblivion because IGN already has a really bad reputation. They had a bad reputation even before this situation, and now that this whole Philip Mewson thing happened, they have an even worse reputation. They are now everyone will be wondering, did they plagiarize this? Did they plagiarize that? Like, even though it's only centered on Philip Mewson, you will get people who will believe or just spin the entire situation and say that they plagiarized everything. You will get people out there who will utterly believe that they plagiarized every single goddamn thing that they write now because of what Philip Mewson did. So Philip Mewson is probably going to end up paying out shit tons of damages. I don't know if he'll get jail time. If IGN wants to try and get that to happen, they'll probably try if he can't pay out, but he'll be owing IGN a shit ton of money. And that's kind of depressing too. But, getting back to Momokun, who I'm actually going to look up. She's no longer on Twitter. She's not on Twitter anymore. I'm wondering if she's on YouTube still, because I think she had a YouTube channel. Well, she's still on YouTube. Well, assuming that's actually her. Yeah, no, it's actually her. But the thing is that she uploaded a video 1 month ago. You see, this is the problem with Momokun. Is that not only did she steal other cosplayers' shit, but she also harassed other cosplayers off social media. And to add insult to injury, she still refuses to apologize for the bullshit that she did. So she still thinks she's in the right, even though she stole other cosplayers' content claimed it was hers. Claimed that she was the one that made it, and to this day, still can't see that. Yeah, no, that's not true. She is blind. That or she's that or she's sticking to her guns and thinking that maybe I can somehow, get out of this. But to be honest with you, Momokun, you are a fucking joke. Okay, you're you're a joke. I'm sorry. You're a fucking joke. The funny thing is though, a lot of people used to follow you, and now after seeing what you did, you're a fucking joke. I'm sorry. You are. You're a goddamn joke. You're not as big of a joke. Well, no, you kind of are. But if you want a serious joke, like a joke to end all jokes, look at Alex Jones. Okay, like Momokun, at least at least she's still on the fucking internet. Okay, Alex Jones, he's not on the internet at all. Like, he's being deplatformed everywhere. Every facet of the internet he is being nuked from. Like, what was it? Spotify, Apple, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter actually wanted to keep him on, and they did, but I think a combination of both pressure from the other companies and pressure from essentially from people who love Marco Rubio, who, by the way, I don't know who the fuck actually likes Marco Rubio. The guy's a fucking shill. And I think just how ridiculous Alex Jones is got him kicked off Twitter finally. Like, I know Alex Jones has done a lot of shit, but add to the fact that pretty much every major website out there has kicked him off. And the fact that people hate Alex Jones in general, minus his fans. Twitter caved and kicked him off his website. So he's not allowed on Twitter anymore. I think his app was removed from Apple finally. And I think the only the only chance he has is if he starts his own website. But then again, like, who's to say that the ISP themselves will, like, fucking just axe him from their service, like, just cut him off, like, just because of how toxic and vitriol Alex Jones is. I mean, he is a joke. I mean, at least Momokun's still on the internet. Okay, at least he's still on the internet. At least Philip Mewson's still on the internet. But Alex Jones, oh, he's gone. He is not on the internet anymore. I'm wondering when the ISPs will start doing something to him. I'm wondering when they'll start actually cutting him from their service. Like, even though I don't necessarily see why they should, but it probably will happen. They'll probably try to cut him off. I mean, he can probably do, like, he can't even do a blog now because I think Blogger shut him down too, because that's a Google property, so he can't even do that. I don't know if he has his own website. I think it's Infowars.net. I think. But I don't know if that's still up, though. Maybe the ISP took that down, or maybe the various companies that got him deplatformed pushed his ISP to kill his domain or something like that, or maybe they're attacking his domain. Who fucking knows? I get the feeling that Alex Jones, because of all the shit he's done, and because all these companies are doing this now, and I get the feeling it also has something to do with the whole entire repeal of net neutrality. Okay, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, net neutrality, like, get rid of it. Like, no, don't get rid of net neutrality. You're a fucking dumbass if you think we should get rid of net neutrality. Net neutrality is fucking needed. Okay? Oh, you're freeing the net by repealing net neutrality. No, you're not. You're giving ISPs and corporations more control over it so they can make us pay even more fucking money. It's not for us. They're not doing it for us. They're doing it for the corporations. You want people, the corporations want you to believe that they're doing it for you, that they are repealing net neutrality for you. Ajit Pai wants you to believe that he's repealing it for the common citizen, the average citizen, but in reality, it's not for us. It's for the corporations. Ajit Pai is bowing down to the corporations and taking and siphoning money off to them as well. So they're bought out. The government can be bought out. This isn't news. Like, if Alex Jones was right about something, the government can be bought out. Okay, they can be bought out by corporations. They can be bought out by a freaking by a fucking porn star too. Fuck. But you know, they can be bought out. They can indeed be bought out. You don't even need to be. Hold on. Okay, we're still live. You don't even need to be a fucking politician nowadays to even be president. Like, you got Donald Trump in there. Okay, he's making fucking, what do you call it? Goddamn. He's saying the death toll in Puerto Rico. I don't know what the name of the hurricane before Florence was. I think it was Maria. Hurricane Maria. He's saying the death toll of that was a total lie, and that it makes him look bad. So he's saying it's a conspiracy to get him in trouble. Which, even if the death toll was not true, how exactly is that going to make Donald Trump look bad? I mean, I don't think the death toll is fake. I'm sure it's 100% real, Donald Trump. I'm thinking you're just an idiot and you don't know how to run a fucking country. You even referred to Puerto Rico as a separate country to itself. Like, you didn't even acknowledge that it was a country of the that it was a state of the United States. It's a part of the United States. Oh, I spoke to the president of Puerto Rico, and like, you're like, dude, you're the fucking president of Puerto Rico. You're the president of the United States. You're the president of every goddamn state in this fucking country. Okay, you are the one who's responsible for Puerto Rico. Okay, you're a fucking dumbass. That's what you are. Oh, it's tremendously big and it's tremendously wet. What? Donald Trump has a weird way of saying things. I'm thinking his vocabulary is just fucking garbage. For a guy who stands up there, who I know is probably compensating for his stupidity. You know, you can tell he's compensating for his dumbassery. People who worship him, people who are supporting him, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that he's fucking stupid and doesn't know how to run a fucking country. They're just going to go ahead and say, well, you know, they'll only point out like the few things that he did right, or fucking trick themselves into thinking that he's, you know, changing the United States for the better, when in reality he's not. He's just a fucking dumbass. and it's actually a good thing that he's still president, though, and not impeached. Because if we impeached him and had what's his VP? I keep forgetting his fucking vice president, because the only thing that ever shows up on the internet is about Donald Trump. They never mention his vice president. I think it's Pence. And Pence, if we impeach Trump and we get Pence, because if you impeach Trump, the VP takes over, Pence will be more shady and actually hide his shit more. He won't yell it out on top of a mountain like Trump does. Because again, Trump is stupid. Like, I am gonna admit, Trump seems to have kind of honed in on the fact that, yeah, no, I've been acting pretty fucking dumb. I mean, I can tell. Like, it seems like he's kind of realizing that, oh shit, I've been acting like a dumbass the whole time. So he is kind of shaping up a bit. But even then, like, dude, Trump still is fucking hilarious as a president. Like, it's getting to the point now where, I mean, even if you are like I mean, I know, like, there are a shit ton of, you know, actors and whatnot who have been president. Okay, you, like, nowadays you don't even actually have to go through the proper channels to become president now. Like Donald Trump, he didn't hold an office at all. He didn't hold office, and I think he ran as independent initially, I think, and then he just kind of moved into the Republican side. And it was at that point where the Republicans didn't even want him. Like fucking Mitt Romney was like, "Fuck no!" Like we all know fucking Mitt Romney is just as corrupt as Trump, but Mitt Romney knew, like, oh fuck, if we let him in here, we we're gonna have a lot of shit to clean up. Like, and he was right. Like, right now, there's just so many people are being accused of shit now since Trump. Like, I'm sure it's happened, but it's not. I'm sure it's happened before, and the only reason why we're seeing it more now is because Trump is a dumbass, and everyone just needs a reason to fucking get Trump out of office, which is actually a bad fucking idea. But like, because everyone's so desperate to get rid of him, like, now everyone is like, oh yeah, now everyone is like looking at all the people and all the fucking corrupt executives and all the corrupt, parts of these agencies. Apparently Flynn was a problem, and then I think someone else. Now I actually think I found it on here. I could be right. It started with an M. Okay. Speaking of which, Hurricane Florence hit, and my dad actually lives in South Carolina, and apparently North Carolina is being utterly destroyed by it. Like, it's only the tropical storm. Okay, it's not the full fat hurricane, because that. Okay, so yeah, Manafort, yeah, that's the new that's the new guy to be fired. Since the Trump administration, I'm sure there have been plenty of people who have been fired during other administrations. It's only being broadcasted out widely now because it's Trump and people need a reason to get rid of him. Even though, again, not a fucking good idea. Not a good idea, because once Pence gets in there, he will be sneaky and he will fuck with things in the background. And he will be a pain in the ass. Okay? A massive pain in the ass. Worse than Trump. Trump is tolerable because he's stupid. But Pence, hell no. You don't want Pence in there. You do not want Pence anywhere near that fucking office. Denies claim after letter sent to FBI. It's all typical politics. You get tired of hearing it. You get tired of fucking hearing it. And this stream was about fucking Momokun, but we're actually gonna go ahead and talk about other things too. But yeah, Momokun is done for. She's fucking done for, and it's funny too. The thing is also, like, Momokun applies like, oh, men are the only people. This is Momokun's logic, okay? She says that only men can sexually harass. Okay, they're the only ones that can do the sexual harassment, because women are held in a special little bubble apparently. But when she does it, she doesn't deem it sexual harassment. She went ahead and touched the dude's ass, and the dude was freaked out, and I'm sure he probably would have considered it sexual harassment against him, but because she's a woman, she thinks, oh, because I'm a woman, it's not sexual harassment. I'm sure he liked it, even though, let's say the guy didn't like it, and didn't even like the way she looked. Well, guess what? It technically is it's sexual harassment, Momokun. Okay? That's what I'm telling you right now. You are not above the law. You are not above it because you're a woman, okay? Trust me, dudes get it too. You're acting like it doesn't happen to dudes. Dudes can literally be like fucking have like there's some other woman or dude can shove their thumb up another guy's ass and legit do that to him. Like, I swear, like Terry Crews had something happen to him. Like, I don't know if he went into a lot of detail. I think he said like he just grabbed his ass, but still, it's fucking weird. It's just fucking weird, Momokun. You don't fucking do You don't fucking do that. I don't care. I would be suspicious even if it was a hot chick doing it. Okay? I don't trust people who fucking reach into my personal space. Woman or man, you will more than likely get knocked out. I am sorry. You do not reach into my personal space. That's not something that you have the right to do. Only if I tell you you can do that. But if I don't, and I make it clear that I don't want you to, don't do it. But, of course, Momokun just does it anyway because she's stupid. And, thankfully, she's been backed up into the dark corner of the internet. So, it's fucking hilarious. But, we can go ahead and talk about this all day long. Okay, I think we can talk about this all fucking day long, and we will literally be here in, just for hours just talking about this shit. One thing I really think I need to do, though, is actually create a special background for, like, just strictly discussion streams, like, discussion streams. Gaming streams, I can probably just use my desktop. You're gonna see my desktop regardless when I stream a game. But for like strictly discussion streams like this one, I think I need to find a designated background, make something just for me, something that I create, or maybe hire someone to actually make one for me. But maybe I should like have a fucking piranha, an angry ass piranha as my background. Like, and the reason why I want to do that is because like I've been seeing a lot of other Twitch streamers and guys who do live streams, or hell, even just YouTube videos. They do have like their what do you call it? Their, this is very common of me. Their avatar in their video. So they just show like their avatar and they just talk about whatever the fuck. So a good example is Mr. Matoker. He just has a picture of a plain face person, no facial features at all, and a hat, and wearing a headset, and just talking about shit. Like, personally, like I've actually seen pictures of what was it? Mr. Matoker, aka Jim, and woo, I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna place judgment on him. He isn't ugly, but damn, his hair is a mess. I'm sorry, it just is. I'm not one to. I hate long hair. I hate long hair, especially curly hair, and I hate my own long ass curly hair too. So every chance I get, I cut it, and I think it's growing back now. I actually shaved it off. Okay, it's taken months for this to actually grow back, and it's still not at full yet. So, but yeah, I really need to get a designated avatar for discussion streams. Oh. Oh, ow. God. Okay. I'm actually kind of interested what's been happening with Hurricane Florence now, because I actually have been watching Kid Behind the Camera recently, aka Michael Green, and he mentioned how stores around him, and I watched this video too, and this is very common for hurricanes, and I think he should have listened and evacuated, because apparently North Carolina is being destroyed right now. I don't know which Carolina he's in. I'm actually going to look that up right now. But apparently he is in one of the Carolinas. I think it's north. Maybe he's in north. I don't know. Yeah, I actually typed it in right. Charleston. Oh, what's this? Miss Post from Hugo and D. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, I think those are like all responses to comments. Okay. I don't want to accidentally show a docs of information because I know kid behind the camera has had his information docs a couple of times in the past. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna see because I know it's in. He lives in Charleston. Charleston. I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Charleston, South Carolina. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Precipitation 0%, humidity 68, wind 17 miles per hour. Not terrible. It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius. Friday. Okay, so ooh, shit. Okay. Tropical storm warning. Charleston County, South Carolina. Storm surge watch remains in effect. Wind, latest local forecast. Equivalent tropical storm force wind. Peak wind forecast 35 to 45 miles per hour with gusts up to 60. So, okay. Okay, so right now, Florence is sitting in between north and south. It may move over to south. And if it does, excuse me, he's definitely going to have to get the hell out of there. I mean, it doesn't look like any of the storm is in South Carolina right now. So if he wanted to evacuate, he probably could do that right now. Personally, I doubt Michael Green is actually watching this. I don't think he ever will. But I personally would tell him, evacuate. Do not stay there. Because apparently North Carolina was wrecked by this thing. And he's still there. Okay, and Saturday may be where the worst of it happens. They may get the winds on Friday. But Saturday seems to be the point where it's going to start getting really bad. And then remnants of it will probably be there on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Damn. He's going to be in there. Holy shit. I mean, it may actually just be an over-exaggeration. Because, again, keep in mind, though, like, you don't know how these storms actually work when they're out in the wild. You know, projections can give you a good idea of how they function and where they might go and how they'll react when they hit land. But, you know, maybe he was right. Maybe it was a, what do you call it? An over-exaggeration. Because, trust me, that's happened here in Indiana, too. Because we live, Indiana's pretty damn close to Lake Michigan. So, and we're in South Bend, so it is very close to Lake Michigan. We get a lot of snow here. And add to the fact that the St. Joe River's here as well. That adds to it. So we got lake effect snow. We get a lot of lake effect snow here in South Bend. Okay, this past winter was the worst winter that we've had. We had a shit ton of snowstorms that winter, and it got so bad that we couldn't do anything. Like, we couldn't even get out of our driveway. It was that bad. Like, it was horrible. Okay, and you know, and it put a hurt on where I worked, and it may put a hurt on it again. Okay, like, it may even be worse now because where I used to work, they actually are having trouble keeping people at the job. So that's again something not good. Damn. Okay, let's look at more info. Hurricane watch remains in effect. Storm surge watch. Okay, so they still got the hurricane watch. I don't. It'll be a hurricane. It probably won't be a hurricane by the time it hits land. It's probably downgraded quite a bit. since it hit land. It's probably just going to be a tropical storm. Locations affected: Charleston, McClellanville. Is that a T or an F? Edisto Island, and that's it. They're gonna have winds, latest local forecast equivalent tropical storm. And the things that was when I watched Kid Behind the Camera's video, like there were so many stores and restaurants closed down, and the one that he found was open had little to no products on the shelves anymore. Like everything was just picked clean. Like there was just so much shit picked clean. It wasn't even funny. And it's even funnier is the fact that like there was fucking beer like being bought by the gallon too. Like the expensive shit for some reason stayed, but like the beer, like the cheap ass shit was just bought in bulk. Like everyone was like, "Oh shit, we may die, so let's die drunk." You know. Oh my god. Like the last thing I'd be buying is fucking beer. I mean, come the fuck on. I mean, okay, I know the stores won't be open for maybe a week, maybe like a month. You know, if the entirety of like North or South Carolina gets fucked, but come the fuck on, man. I'm sure you can survive without beer. You're better off being sober in a storm than fucking drunk, because if you're drunk, you're not going to be able to fucking react fast enough and do what you need to do to survive, man. I mean, you can probably have a couple of beers, but a 12-pack, there was like fucking, like all the expensive shit wasn't picked up though. Like that was kind of funny. I watched the video and there was like none of the expensive beer. Funny thing is though, I would probably be buying like the cheap shit too, because then again, like you know, it's probably the only time you'll actually get any alcohol for a little while. You'll have to drive to a completely different state now, or a different city to get some. And the shitty thing is though, is that after these hurricanes hit, it's like there's nothing left. And you gotta wonder what the government, like, I've heard that the government, there have been literally people who have been homeless for so long just because of this shit. For so long, their houses have been utterly decimated. It's not even fucking funny, man. Not funny at all. Holy shit. Water rescues underway in North Carolina. All this is in North Carolina. So, okay, from zero to crazy in no time. All of this is in North Carolina. Okay, everything here is in North Carolina, so maybe he's right. Maybe it'll just be downgraded to maybe even less than a tropical storm by the time it hits South Carolina. What? Tracking Florence. Let's look at that. Canada. So, it's actually... Okay, Hurricane Florence. Okay, this is as... Okay, these are by the days. Tropical Cyclone Florence. Okay, so... Starts out as a tropical cyclone. Tropical Storm Florence. Then moves into a hurricane, and then just kind of downgrades to tropical. And then Hurricane Florence, Hurricane Florence, Hurricane Florence, Hurricane Florence. And this is Florence as it is right now. And it is... Actually, it just missed Florida. Like Florida... Tropical Cyclone Paul. Paul seems to be getting ready to hit over here, but I don't see how that'll. I don't know how long that'll survive. Hurricane Florence is over here, and apparently it's projected to move across here. And apparently it will downgrade into a tropical storm as it goes across land, because it won't have any more because it won't have water to feed it. But it is still pretty damn close so it could still it'll probably just like veer off over here and maybe just feed and then go somewhere else and fuck something else up. But yeah, it's probably just gonna be a tropical storm here. What's this? Tropical storm Joyce and tropical depression Isaac. Okay, Florence. Okay, Florence is active. Olivia, where the fuck is Olivia? Is Olivia around here? Is that Olivia? Yeah, there's Olivia. Okay, so yeah, I can see some of the rain and shit from Florence hitting Indiana, Ohio. It's actually kind of going over Ohio. Shit. I guess we're lucky. I can guarantee you though, some of it will come over to Indiana. Okay, Paul. I found Paul. Is that Paul? Yeah, that's Paul. Isaac. Wasn't Isaac a thing already? Or they just cycle through the names? Where the fuck is Joyce? Okay, there's Joyce. Yeah, currently the one that everyone's paying attention to is Florence because that's the first one, right? That's the one right now that's actually touched down on land. It'll probably disperse. It may actually just disperse by the time all that is, but anybody down here, like in North South Carolina, will definitely get near hurricane level weather. Paul, I mean, Paul could hit California if the wind pushes it there. Olivia may also probably take a stab at California. Isaac will probably wreck Cuba. Let's zoom in. If tropical depression. What's a tropical depression? Is that like when it's dying down? I mean, it could still feed on the water here and just keep going, but like, let's see. Tropical cyclone Olivia. That will more than likely turn into a hurricane, I can guarantee it. Another cyclone Paul, which may also turn into a hurricane and may hit California. May. It may hit a part of Mexico too, but I think it'll miss a good chunk of the country there, so it may just hit here and then maybe kind of graze over California and Arizona. It may end up dying out once it gets there because there's absolutely there's literally no fucking water there for it to feed off of, so it's not going to go anywhere. It may just be a tropical storm. This may, if it, I'm assuming a tropical depression is when it's actually dying out, so maybe Isaac may not even be a thing anymore soon. Tropical storm Joyce, that will more than like that may turn into a hurricane and may actually tail Florence. I'm thinking it may tail Florence. I may be wrong. It may just veer off. Maybe just veer off a bit, and it may go over here. But where is North Carolina? Oh shit. So there's kind of a tropical depression here. So North Carolina, South Carolina. Damn! Shit. So it is hitting parts of North Carolina. But, like, from this projection... Okay, so it's gonna be... from this projection here, the mass of it is, like, dispersing all over South Carolina, though. So it's gonna be a hurricane still once it makes touchdown. Tropical storm. Let's actually take a look here. So, let's take a look here. Big city. I'm wondering where Charleston is. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore, okay. Oh, fuck. I mean, wherever the fuck it is. Thought I saw Georgetown in there somewhere. Okay, there's Georgetown. Charleston. I mean, even if I don't find it, it's still, like, fucking bad. Georgetown. I don't think Charleston is over there. Sorry if I'm being a total dyslexic with this map. Lancaster. Cleveland. Oh. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna necessarily find it. But if Charleston is anywhere in this vicinity, near a point of reference I'm gonna choose here is, if Charleston is anywhere here, and point of reference I'm gonna choose is Myrtle Beach. So if you're around here, if Charleston is around here, you're gonna have to evacuate. I mean, I'm not seeing it, but it's somewhere. Tropical depression, it'll probably die out, because again, it's not getting any water. Die out, and then it will just kind of disperse and then fuck off somewhere over there and probably either die or go back into the water and feed more. Like, I'm talking about this thing like it's a fucking kaiju from the Pacific Rim. But still, it's like, it's fucking scary though. A fucking hurricane is dangerous. Like, a hurricane is more dangerous to, at least I think it's more dangerous than a tornado. It has to be. It has to be factually more dangerous than a tornado. But yeah, that's it. That's dangerous. Holy hell. But yeah, I would really just like if you are still in South Carolina, apparently it's even hitting parts of North Carolina right now. Um, you you're better like if you're still there and the tropical storm hit, you're better off just staying there now because evacuation is already that chance is gone. Okay, if you're in the middle of the storm now, the evacuation that chance is gone. But if you are in um, if you're still right now, because right now the forecast, at least as for South Carolina, is that it's sunny. Um, and right now I don't think it's necessarily hit in Charleston yet because I looked it up. It said like it's like humidity's high, precipitation is like I think 0%, and there's 70-mile-an-hour winds, which isn't all that strong. So you can probably still evacuate now. Okay, like I don't know how far out the hurricane is from South Carolina or in general Charleston. Speaking from Michael Green's perspective, like looking at it from his perspective, I don't know how far it is from him. But shit. I mean, it could. Um, you know what? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna actually. Uh, I'm gonna go back to the tracking. Blow that up again. I want to go ahead and look at this. I'm actually gonna go off real quick, use the bathroom, grab something to eat, and then I'll be back and maybe get some more coffee. Hold on. Okay. Jackie, no. This is really fucking bad, man. A lot of it's going over Ohio, too. I mean, again, like, do not stay. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Don't fucking stay. Fucking evacuate. Like, the tropical storm part, fucking evacuate. Okay? Because, again, this is hitting a good chunk of South Carolina. Hell, it maybe even a good majority of it. Like, it's only like skimming North Carolina. Like, maybe it's getting the edges of North Carolina, but South Carolina is where it's really getting hit. You gotta evacuate. People, if you are in South Carolina and you are like in fucking what? If you're actually anywhere in this region, like what? Okay, this is where it starts to depress. So I'm assuming it's getting weaker there, but if you are in South Carolina, maybe around the Myrtle Beach, up to Columbia here, like you have got to evacuate. Like if you're in between these two, like if you're over here, if you're over here at what? Where's this over? If you're over here, what does that say? Wilmington. If you're over here, yeah, no, you definitely have to evacuate. Get the fuck out of there. Over anywhere over here, get the fuck out of there. Like if you're in Myrtle Beach, you better move your ass. Okay, you better not be there. You better have gone further inland. But even then, like, how far out do you need to evacuate? Like, this is hitting a lot here. There's a lot of shit getting fucked up over here. Like, damn. Are these the different categories? 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, right now it's a category 4. And I think it's a 1 now, but still. Hold on. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead. Hold on. Have to make a call here. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Alright. This is probably going to be the end of the stream. I will upload this to YouTube. But Jesus Christ, man. Shit. Well, I hope you guys actually enjoyed, and hopefully whoever watched it live actually got some information. Again, I heavily suggest you evacuate, and if you are in an area that is projected to be hit by this thing, evacuate. Get out of the way, and if you are stuck in the middle of it, stay safe. You may have no choice but to stay in your home, but if you got the chance, evacuate. I'm serious. Evacuate. Excuse me. Evacuate immediately. Gonna end